Hey everyone, welcome to the Fantasy Readers channels where we talk all things fantasy. Today I'm going to discuss one of my favorite characters of all time, Logen Ninefingers from the First Law trilogy by Joe Abercrombie. No major plot spoilers ahead, though potentially some minor ones. Now without further ado, Mr. Ninefingers in his own words. I fought 10 single combats and I won them all, but I fought on the wrong side and for all the wrong reasons. I've been ruthless and brutal and a coward. I've stabbed men in the back, burned them, drowned them, crushed them with rocks, killed them asleep, unarmed, or running away. I've run away myself more than once. I've pissed myself with fear. I've begged for my life. I've been wounded often and badly, and screamed and cried like a baby whose mother took her tit away. I've no doubt the world would be a better place if I'd been killed years ago, but I haven't been, and I don't know why. This quote clearly shows Logan's regret. He isn't proud of the things he's done, and while he survived, his life is not one to be emulated. He deserves death, but people don't always get what they deserve. This monologue strikes me as morose, almost as if he's questioning the goodness of whatever God rules over his universe. But Logan is not always morose. He can be funny. One of my favorite series of quotes is his assertion, say one thing about Logan Ninefingers. He claims to be several things throughout the series, the first being a survivor. While some of these are on the nose, a killer, in pain, a fighter, others are more humorous. He tells us that the one thing you can say about him is that he needs to piss. But two of my favorite deal with his fellow killer, Pharaoh Malgene. The first occurred after their all too brief coupling. Say one thing for Logan Ninefingers, say he's a lover. Pharaoh was less than amused. Then again, when he reunited with Pharaoh off the boat in Adua, and she barely spoke to him. Say one thing for Logan Ninefingers, say he's got a touch with the women. These self deprecating quotes lighten the mood in this grim, dark novel and this grim, dark character. But the mood doesn't stay light. Logan lets us know that he has a knack for turning friends into enemies, and that he's a cunt, something that the readers will agree with. Then there is the thing he says at the end of the trilogy. But I think that's one that you really need to read. Logan also heeds his advice that you can never have too many knives. Like many men, he takes his father's advice as gospel and repeats it throughout the series, until Pharaoh confronts him with the idea that so many knives may weigh him down and drown him. Then he realizes it might be possible to have too many knives in some circumstances. The defining key of Logan Ninefingers is his struggle with his inner demon, the Bloody Nine. The berserker rage that takes over him in battle and makes him an unstoppable killing machine. Think Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Despite his most sincere efforts, Logan is usually unsuccessful in stopping his nemesis. Still, he takes responsibility for this evil inside him. There are few men with blood on their hands than me, none that I know of. The Bloody Nine, they call me, my enemies, and there's a lot of them. Always more enemies and fewer friends. Blood gets you nothing but more blood. It follows me now, always, like my shadow. And like my shadow, I can never be free of it. I should never be free of it. I've earned it. I've deserved it. I've sought it out. Such is my punishment. The Bloody Nine is Logan's curse and his salvation, his strength and his weakness, his ally and his enemy. He hates it and fears it. He can't control it or get rid of it. He can only hope to contain it and channel it. He's a man who lives with a monster inside him, and he tries to make peace with it. These are just some of the amazing quotes from Logan Ninefingers, one of the most complex and compelling characters in fantasy literature. If you haven't read the First Law trilogy yet, I highly recommend you do so. You won't regret it. And if you have read it, let me know what you think of Logan in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and remember, as Logan would say, once you've got a task to do, it's better to do it than live with the fear of it. After all, you have to be realistic about these things. I hope you have a wonderful day and look forward to seeing you again.